How many of you have ever been stressed out about homework? How many of you spend hours on homework each night? That's not surprising. On average, American students get 3 hours of homework each night. However, a method for the amount of time homework should take is much less time-consuming. Experts believe that students should be assigned 10 to 20 minutes per night in the first grade and an additional 10 minutes per grade level thereafter. Although the amount of homework will be greatly diminished, it still won't remove all the stress on the students. There are many ways both parents and teachers can help relieve stress. Parents can recognize hours of homework with various rewards. They can also remove distractions and encourage their children to succeed. Teachers can help reduce the stress from homework by assigning less to the students. This relates back to the thought that homework should be assigned 10 minutes per grade level. Another compromise could be to assign optional homework. Unfortunately, this can't be done because homework takes up a large portion of a student's grade. Without homework, a student's entire grade would consist of quizzes and tests. If a student does bad on one test, it will tremendously impact their grade in a negative way. So the best option is to assign 10 to 20 minutes per night in the first grade and an additional 10 minutes per grade level thereafter. Stress is one of the many results of an excessive amount of homework. If the amount of homework was reduced, students would be stress-free. However, this is only a fantasy until something is done about it. Homework can only be helpful if there is less assigned to students. This is because students can take more time to comprehend the assignment. When students can't comprehend the assignment, they will fail their tests. These failed assignments will eventually add up and the students will fail school. Then they won't be able to get a job. Without a job, they won't get money. And without money, they can't afford a house, so they will wind up living with their parents. And eventually, the dropouts will get very depressed and fix their problems with drugs and alcohol. But still, students still receive hours and hours of homework anyway and remain stressed. Some effects of stress overload include eating more or less, sleeping too much or too little, or using alcohol, cigarettes, or drugs to relax. If students get less homework, then these bad habits might finally come to an end. Less stress can also increase a person's lifespan. This video provides an explanation.
How does stress cause this? Cortisol is one of the main stress hormones which helps divert energy to where you need it and away from non-essential functions of the body. But with chronic stress exposure, problems arise. The immune system shuts down, inflammation is inhibited, white blood cells are reduced, and susceptibility to disease increases. Some evidence also suggests that prolonged stress may be involved in the development of cancer. When looking at the arteries of macaque monkeys, those under significant stress have more clogged arteries. This prevents blood from getting to the heart quickly during stress and can ultimately lead to heart attacks. The brain also takes a toll. When looking at mice exposed to stress, we see dramatically smaller brain cells with fewer branch extensions than normal mice. This is particularly prevalent in the areas associated with memory and learning, which may stir up some memories for you of those wonderful all-night study sessions. The acute stress and sleep deprivation can make it increasingly difficult to remember the things we want to. Perhaps the most telling story is in our DNA. We contain something called telomeres at the end of our chromosomes, which decrease in size with our age. Our video on aging here explains this process. Eventually, the telomeres run out, at which point the cell stops duplicating and dies. So telomeres are directly related to aging and length of life. And it turns out, stress may actually accelerate the shortening of these telomeres. But not all hope is lost for the perpetually stressed. Another hormone, oxytocin, has been shown to reduce this stress response. It helps your blood vessels relax and even regenerates the heart from stress-related damage. So how do we get more oxytocin? It's sometimes dubbed the cuddle hormone because it's released during positive social interactions and while caring for others. People who spend more time with others create a buffer or resilience to stress. So when life gets the best of you, just remember, you don't have to go it alone. Spend some time with those you love. It may just save your life.
What I want you to take from this presentation is that too much homework is assigned to students. Fortunately, this problem can easily be fixed. Encouragement and rewards are 2 examples of solutions. Another solution is just to assign less homework. The problem still must be resolved regardless of how it is addressed. Once this goal is achieved, students will be happier and healthier. In order to allow students to have a brighter future, we must destroy their problems at the source and reduce the amount of homework assigned. This way, students will go from looking like this to this. Thank you.